Hey guys, it's Aquaman, and this week in review, it's been a month. Hey guys, again Aquaman here, and well, this is week 4, or officially 1 month on trail, and got a lot of notes here, so let's go over everything that's happened. Well, I started my week in Newfound Gap, and it was icy conditions right off the bat, going up the first mountain right out of Newfound Gap. The whole trail going up was icy, so it was a pretty sketch, but it was pretty cool because when I got to the top, I went to go to the privy at Icewater Gap, and I actually ran into Hillbilly Aquaman. So there, I'd heard rumor about this other Aquaman on trail, and finally got to meet up with him. You probably saw him in a previous video. Cool guy. We hiked together for a couple of days. Then he just decided to push on hard and took off. But yeah, it was kind of cool running into him. Then on top of that, while we were hiking, we came across a plane crash from the 1980s, an actual military aircraft that crashed, and that was really neat to see. We actually went down the hill slope, saw some really neat stuff down there. Pretty big area, so try not to miss that if you are hiking through the area. If you see it on Gut Hook, make sure you stop. It's definitely worth checking out. It's pretty neat. Made friends with a really cool guy, originally born in Moscow. He goes by Rainfire. Good hiking pal. Him and I stuck together for, I don't know, about 3 or 4 days. Then he went into where was it? I think Gatlinburg or somewhere. Buddy of his picked him up, took him into town. They hung out for a few days, so we got separated. But again, the trail, you never know when you're gonna come back on people, and I found that out for sure just recently. Let's see. Did the 0.6 out to the Camara fire tower. Now, nobody told us how bad it was getting out there, and it sucked. So if you get a chance to go check out that fire tower, drop your pack at the AT trail and then do the 0.6 in. You do not want to carry all your gear all the way out there and all the way back. It's pretty rough. For those of you who have already done Albert Mountain, there's some similarities there, so just warning. It's not an easy trail out to the fire tower. Is the view worth it? Totally. But again, it's a rough trail getting out there. All right, then got to finally the last shelter I got to stay in while I was in the Smokies. I cannot think of the name of it at the moment. Donovan Shelter, something along the way. I know it starts with a D. I apologize for not knowing off the top of my head. But it actually had a cage on the front of it, like a gate and everything. I mean, somebody could have easily come along in the middle of the night, put a padlock on there, and we would have been in real trouble. So kind of sketchy, but I know it was either to keep bears out or to keep hikers out, so during high bear activity times. But either way, it was pretty weird. And then did my first dark hike, where I actually had to hike with my headlamp on. We got up super early in the morning to try to beat the rain on our way to Standing Bear. And so actually had to hike by headlamp, which was pretty interesting to do, especially in some rough terrain. And we probably did at least half a dozen water crossings, if not more. And so that made things even more interesting. Then on top of that, let's see, what else here? So I do have notes, so I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anything here. Let's see. Completed the Smokies. Dropped off the second part of the permit and exited the Smokies. And so Rainfire and I were hiking like crazy to try to get to Standing Bear, because we knew the reason we got up so early is because we were trying to beat the heavy rain. And we got to about 15 minutes shy of Standing Bear, and it just opened up on us, and we got drenched as we came into Standing Bear Hostel. And wound up doing a 00 because the weather was kind of unpredictable. The people who came in the day after me actually woke up with snow up in the Smokies. So I actually got lucky not to get caught in the snow, but it was still super, super cold. and was able to get out of the Smokies before that, but still got rained on. Did a double zero because I wanted to wait until the weather was going to be really just perfect on top of Match Patch, which turned out to be the case. Now, getting back to Standing Bear, if you get a chance to stay there, please do. It's definitely worth it. It's a hiker haven, very eclectic, very interesting place. But you also gotta be careful. It can be kind of a vortex. You can actually get kind of caught up there. So I was glad for the 2 days I spent there. A lot of interesting hikers came through, got to meet a lot of cool people, met a lot of new people, including people like Paperclip and now Multipass, that's her name now, and great couple, and really just a lot of really cool people. Got to really get to know them around the campfire. So if you get a chance, Standing Bear, definitely worth the stay. All right, let's see what happened there. Went up to Max Patch. Super awesome experience. Got to see just an amazing, super amazing sunset, and then woke up Easter morning to just a heavenly sunrise. It was, when we were all sitting on the side of the hill just watching it come up, and it was just breathtaking over all the mountains, because up at Match Patch you have a full 360 view of the mountains all the way around you, and it was just, like I said, it was unbelievable. So we got that, and then I did my first solo campsite location. I went to a campsite that I got told about by somebody who had trail magic. This woman told me which campsite to use, and I picked it, and got there. Nobody else was there. There was only really one spot that was actually level, and it was on a ledge with waterfalls on 3 sides of me, and on the ledge dropped off to about 100 feet. So it was breathtaking views, white noise all night long from the waterfalls, and just me, nobody else around, nobody camping, nobody hammocking, no shelters. It was just me in nature. So that was a cool first. And then got into hot springs actually a day early. My plan when I first started this through hike was to be in hot springs by the 6th, and I got here on the 5th. So as far as planning it out, so far it's been, even with the zeros that I've taken, worked out perfectly. So that's my week 4, aka my 1 month in review. Still going strong, still loving the adventure, and hopefully I'll have many more to come. So all right guys, next video is going to be an expose on hot springs, so be sure to check that video out. I'm actually going to go talk to all the hostel owners, all the shops, show you the whole town, and maybe a few other surprises along the way. So catch me on the next video. See you down trail. Love you guys. Take care. If you haven't subscribed, please do hit that notification bell so that way you know exactly when I do drop my next video. And I'll see you guys on the trail. You guys take care.